Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Rohan Bijou, and today we're going to take a look at the Samsung Odyssey G4OB gaming monitor. So the original price for this monitor was around $400, but right now there's an offer for Black Friday, and you can get this monitor for about $250, and that's a pretty sweet deal. And as always, I've left a couple links in the description that you can go check out if you want to go check out this monitor. So in this video, we're basically going to cover this monitor, and in this video, we're going to talk about the unboxing, talk about the specs, both external and internal, and then we're going to connect the monitor to that PS5 over there and show some sweet gameplay footage while I talk about my thoughts and my final score for this monitor. So before we begin, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to watch more future content like this. Like this video if you found this helpful, and comment any questions or concerns, and I'll try my best to answer them. So without further ado, welcome to Techno Review. Awesome, so the first stop is going to be unboxing. So the box is pretty standard for every Samsung monitor, and we can see the same here. So let's pop the box open, and the first thing we see on top is all the accessories. Here we can find the HDMI cable, a DisplayPort cable, and the power cable with the brick. Next we can find some paperwork below them. Next we have the plastic ring, which comes pretty standard with Odyssey monitors, which I'll be showing you how to put on later. Then we have the base of the monitor and the neck of the monitor. And finally we can take the monitor out of the box and place it on the table. Let's peel off all the plastic and begin setting it up. To set up the monitor, you have to take the neck of the monitor and attach it to the base and screw it in. Please don't use a knife just like I did, but use a regular screwdriver. It's probably safer. Then you place the monitor flat on the table with the screen facing the table and slide the neck onto the slot in the monitor. You'll hear a click sound, and that means now it's completely secure. Now let's take the plastic rings, split them apart, and place it on the monitor and then twist. So that was pretty much it for the unboxing and the setup. Now let's connect the monitor to power and connect it to the PS5. So now let's move on to specs. Awesome, so let's first touch upon some physical specs. The display is 27 inches and the majority of the monitor is made out of plastic. It isn't cheap plastic in any way and feels extremely durable. The stand is made entirely out of plastic as well, and so is the neck. And it feels much more durable than the body of the monitor and is really solid. The neck has a sort of wire management system on it, but it really isn't notable because it's just a silicone strip that keeps the wires in place, so it really isn't noteworthy, but nevertheless, it's great that they added it in. The back of the monitor has this cool futuristic design that's pretty standard between all the Odyssey monitors. And the back has the really cool ring we added during setup, and it really doesn't have a function, it's just there for aesthetics, but really in the big picture it's pretty much useless in any sense. So if you don't want to add it in, you don't need to, but for aesthetic reasons, you can definitely add it in. On the other hand, the front of the monitor has a bit more minimal design and still looks pretty cool. On the both right and left, there are exhaust pipes, stuff that looks like exhaust pipes, and they look pretty cool and they give a nice cool design. And to control the UI of the monitors, the buttons can actually be found below the front Samsung logo. So you have the standard center, up, down, left, right buttons, and these are not underlit, so you can't really use this in the dark. And I'll be talking more about the UI later on. On the back, the monitor has two HDMI 2.0 ports, one DisplayPort 1.2, one headphone jack, and one power input port, and it does not have integrated speakers. The monitor is extremely versatile, so this means that you can raise the monitor, tilt it, as well as swivel it. You can also make the monitor vertical if you'd like, and it's really amazing, and I really like that this monitor is completely versatile. It's something that I look forward to in a monitor. Also, the monitor does support 100 by 100 VESA mount, so if you don't want to use the given stand, you can definitely connect it to a monitor arm if you prefer it that way. Awesome, so that was it for the physical specs. Now let's move on to the display specs. The monitor has a 27-inch IPS panel display with a max and native resolution of 1080p. The display has a matte coating to avoid any reflections, which is amazing. The refresh rate is at an insane 240 Hz for some buttery smooth gameplay, and it's perfect for professional hardcore gamers, and the response time is about 1 millisecond. To give the 240 Hz refresh rate, you do need to connect it to the monitor with a DisplayPort cable and choose your DisplayPort cable wisely. The aspect ratio is 16:9 and the contrast ratio is 1000:1. The monitor is also FreeSync and G-Sync compatible for some tear-free gameplay. The brightness of the monitor is 400 candela per square meter, and the monitor does support HDR10. Awesome, so now let's talk about the UI of the monitor and the settings. So when you press the center button on the bottom, you'll reach this sort of roundabout on the display. If you hit down, you will turn off the monitor. If you hit right, you'll enable iSaver mode. If you hit left, you'll reach sources. And if you hit up, you reach the menu. So the menu is designed really well, and you can notice that you'll get a bunch of information at a glance. You can see the black equalizer level, the response time, the refresh rate, and you can see if FreeSync is enabled, and you can see if low input lag is enabled. Below that, you can also see the picture mode that is enabled, and it's really cool that you can see everything all at once. So the the first settings section is the game settings. Here you can find the refresh rate, the response time, FreeSync Premium, ultra wide gaming view, which makes the aspect ratio 29:9 and doesn't really look that great. And next we have low input lag, black equalizer, virtual aim point to add your own crosshairs, and screen size to select the size and aspect ratio. Then we have picture settings where we have picture mode, which has color presets like FPS, RTS, RPG, and so on. My personal favorite is sRGB, and based on the games I played, it looks really stunning and I prefer this a lot. Then we have brightness, contrast, sharpness, color, contrast enhancer, black level, eye care, and on eye care there are different modes, adaptive or standard. Then we have screen adjustment. Then we have on-screen display settings, which basically changes the language and the display time of the UI itself. Then we have system settings where you can change the volume, eco savings plus, off timer, PC/AV mode, which is great for watching movies. We have Displayport version, input port version, auto source switch plus, key repeat time, power LED on, setup custom key, and eco sensor mode. And then we have the support settings. Awesome, so that was pretty much it for all of the specs and the setup and the UI. So now let's move on to my final thoughts and my final score I would give this monitor. So I played a bunch of games on it, from God of War to Spider-Man Miles Morales to Battlefield 1 to Horizon Zero Dawn. Since the PS5 games cap at 120Hz, I really didn't get to use the full experience of the 240Hz, but based on the experience I had, it was amazing. So quick note on achieving the 240Hz, you'll need to get a Displayport cable that actually supports that, because all Displayport cables don't support 240Hz. And I also mentioned this before, but this is really important to note. And in the description, I've left a couple of links for Displayport cables that you can buy with this monitor to support 240Hz. And since the refresh rate is 240Hz, competitive players or even esports players will benefit from this immensely. And even if you are a casual gamer, this monitor will suit most of your needs. The versatility aspect of the monitor is amazing, and that's one of the biggest things I look for in a monitor. But apart from that, the gameplay was smooth. I loved the entire experience and it was just really fun. I also do love the operating system used for this monitor, and there's so many customizable features. I think a lot of people would admire that. Also, the addition of the quick glance bar on the top is a huge bonus and would save a lot of time to know what quick settings you're on. And there's only one minor problem that I noticed with this monitor. It does wobble a little. I personally did not find it that annoying since I use controller most of the time, but I feel like a lot of PC players might be quite annoyed by this. But it doesn't wobble like a lot, but it's quite minor. So if you aren't really nitpicky and you don't really mind, this would be an amazing monitor. So based on the pros and the cons, the final score I would give this monitor is a 97 out of 100. It's really good from many standpoints. The display looks stunning. 240Hz is a giant plus, and for the price you get it right now at about $250, this is quite a monitor. The screen size is great, you have a matte finish, the only minor problem is wobbling, and it's really not that big. So if you are looking for a monitor for 240Hz, if you're a competitive gamer or even a casual gamer, this is one of the greatest monitors to buy right now at Black Friday. And as always, I've left a couple of links in the description if you do want to purchase this monitor. You can click right here. I do have a monitor playlist for other monitors that you can buy, and check out my previous video to see another Asus TUF monitor, which is also absolutely great for Black Friday. So thank you guys for watching, and thank you so much for sticking till the end. So before you go, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already to watch more future content like this. Like this video if you found this helpful, and comment any questions or concerns, and I'll try my best to answer them. So thank you guys for watching. Catch you in the next one. Peace.
It's one unique, one special vibe.